there, senior leader, and welcome to the Talent Sherpa podcast, where senior leaders come to rethink how human capital really works. I'm your host, Jackson Lynch, and today we're diving into a topic that's both straightforward and somehow wildly misunderstood. How do you make your HR data actually matter in your business reviews? Now, I get it. HR metrics, this combination might conjure up images of endless PowerPoint slides and acronyms that you secretly Google under the conference table. We've all been there nodding along. But today we're going to actually shift gears and to talk about why, exactly how your HR data needs to graduate from the quiet confines of your department to the bright lights of your quarterly business reviews. Because let's face it, if your HR data isn't regularly making its way into the QBR alongside sales, finance, and operational KPIs, then you're still playing a side gig. HR in this case remains a background character, important, sure, but not exactly driving the plot forward. We need your human capital insights center stage. Now, here's the deal. For years and years, HR has lived in a bit of an isolation tank. You know, that cozy space where we use words like engagement and morale and employee satisfaction without even batting an eye. But step outside that HR cocoon, and these terms start sounding suspiciously like fluff to business leaders. Imagine walking into your CFO's office enthusiastically announcing your morale index improved by 2 points. They'll probably respond with something like, fantastic. Does morale pay for office space? Maybe that was just my old CFOs. Anyway, so how do you bridge the gap? Well, you have to start by translating your HR metrics into the language of business. Trust me, no executive ever laid awake at night worrying about their organization's employee happiness quotient. They don't care. I mean, they care, but they don't feel it in their core. But show them that higher productivity per employee means more revenue with fewer resources. And suddenly, they're going to become all ears. Now, the first shift here is to align your talent metrics clearly and unmistakably with measurable business outcomes. Take talent density, for example. It's one thing to say, we have a great team. It's another entirely to demonstrate how, by increasing your talent density, you reduced your time to market for new products by 25%. Suddenly, your talent strategy is indispensable and a big part of your business. Next, let's talk clarity. There's a weird paradox here. HR folks have more metrics available than probably any other business function. Seriously, HR dashboards these days look like NASA control rooms. But here's the catch. More metrics doesn't mean more clarity. It usually means the exact opposite. So imagine handing your executive team a spreadsheet filled with 20 different talent indicators. You've just handed them homework that they didn't ask for. Their response, polite nodding, followed by precisely zero action. So instead, narrow your focus to 3 to 5 high-impact measures. My favorites, talent density, speed to impact, and clarity of expectations. That's where I'd start, and here's why. These metrics tell a straightforward story. Talent density measures whether your people are performing at the top of the game. Speed to impact reveals how quickly those new hires and promotions start really paying off. And clarity of expectations show if leaders are setting their people up for immediate success or leaving them floundering. Now, each one is crystal clear. It's undeniably connected to the business outcomes. And those are the things the executives actually care about. Now, let's talk a little bit about predictive analytics. HR teams are historically good at telling you what happened last quarter. And that's fine, except everybody already knows what happened last quarter. Reporting turnover after everyone's noticed half the marketing team left is like announcing rain when standing in the middle of a thunderstorm. It's a bit late to grab the umbrella. You got to have something that is able to predict the storm before the clouds roll in. Show leaders how talent indicators can forecast performance risks, how they can forecast staffing shortfalls, or even forecast financial dips well ahead of time. Walk into your QBRs with that data that says, here's why we believe this division's current talent density will cause revenue shortfalls next quarter. And here's how we're going to proactively address it. That's not reporting. That's leadership. And speaking of leadership, let's also talking about progress. Executives don't need perfection from HR. I know that's shocking, but we got to get past ourselves. We have a little bit of a self-esteem issue. It's okay to make progress. They don't even necessarily want impressive metrics for their own sake. What they do crave, what deeply keeps them genuinely interested, is seeing measurable progress. It's like a good Netflix series. The story needs to move forward with each episode or people stop watching. You don't have Netflix showing only the season finale. You got to show every step along the way. Every quarter, highlight incremental improvements, even if your talent density only improved marginally. Directly connect those small wins with tangible business gains. Tell your story clearly. Our 2% improvement in clarity of expectations reduced ramp-up time for new hires by a full week. And that saved probably $150,000. Suddenly, your small HR victory feels pretty substantial, right? Now, let's also briefly acknowledge reality here. You're going to face skepticism. There's always that one leader, it's usually someone that HR had to tell them no. They will always push back and question your data and subtly, or maybe not so subtly, imply that you're overstating your impact. Let them. My advice, let your data do the talking. Consistency over time is your greatest ally. Don't fight and win the battle, win the war. If every quarter you are delivering simple, predictive, outcome-focused insights, even the harshest critics will eventually become believers. It's a marathon, folks. It's not a sprint. Just keep your sneakers laced. All right, now for my favorite part, let's recap, or what I like to call, hey guys, here's the summary moment. Here's what you need to do to elevate your HR data. First, speak the language of your business. Replace HR jargon with clear, financially meaningful metrics. Second, simplify your dashboard. You got to stick to a handful of powerful metrics. I recommend talent density, speed to impact, and clarity of expectations to start. Less really is more. Third, get predictive. Don't just report yesterday's weather. Forecast next quarter's storms in sunshine. And finally, consistently highlight incremental progress to demonstrate that you're adding value, strategic value. Show how even small HR wins directly drive business results. There you have it. Now, to wrap this up, please know I am genuinely grateful that you joined me today. Thank you for listening. And I hope you found real value here. And if you did, please consider sharing it with others who might also find it helpful. And don't forget to like and subscribe. That is how we get more listeners. If you want to explore these topics and more, head on over to my Substack at talentsherpa.substack.com. That's where we dive deeper and provide even more insights on navigating the future of work. And we are working on this as we speak. You can check out more content and sign up for our upcoming September CHRO readiness cohort at mytalentsherpa.com. And again, thanks for listening or watching the Talent Sherpa podcast. That's where senior leaders come to rethink how human capital really works. So until next time, keep measuring, keep aligning, and keep on climbing.